This card, everybody wants it. The Moonbreon. If you're starting in 2026 thinking the goal is to pull this by ripping packs, then you've already lost. I did not pull this. One ETB to support my colleague. Fate basically handed me this card. We are in a very specific time of the hobby where people who do not know Pokemon are trying to get in because of the money. Who's to say? But what we can do is to protect ourselves. I'm going to show you how to survive this hobby in 2026. I basically boiled it down to a protocol. 7 points. 7 points you need to stick to so you always stay ahead of the curve. But first, let's go light some money on fire. When you watch YouTubers pull fire every week, that's not real life. That's entertainment. Real life is going exactly 20 minutes by exactly 3 packs. $41. I just burned $40 in about 30 seconds. And because I'm stuck to a budget, I'm actually okay with that. You decide what you want to lose even before you walk in. Stop when you hit the limit and not the card. What's yours will be yours. You don't have to force it. Opening packs is fun, but opening for a specific chase card, that's gambling against the house. Rule number 2, let's look at the map. Let's look at the math. The top Charizard and Phantasmal Flames. Pull rate 1 in 1,260 packs. That's 35 boxes. MSRP, that's $7,500. Don't go spending $7,500 for a card you can buy for $500. Just buy the single. Let the gamblers take the loss. If we're not chasing packs, what are we looking for? Well, in stocks, you have the blue chips. In Pokemon, you have the kings. Pikachu, Charizard, Gengar, Mewtwo, Umbreon, Eevee, Lugia. Pokemon that people who do not know Pokemon would actually know. Trends die and gimmicks fade. If the Pokemon isn't timeless, then the investment is probably not safe. You just gotta remember this. A Charizard will always be a Charizard. Now, let's talk about where not to buy. Card shows. Prices are often 20% higher than what they should actually be, and that's because you're paying for their table fees. Check the comps. There are apps out there that will actually tell you how much a card is supposed to be. Generally, as a rule of thumb, I never buy from card shows. So if I don't buy from card shows, where do I actually buy? Well, I only stick to Pokemon Center. MSRP, unfiltered. The best combination you can ask for. And for raw cards, I only stick to Carousel. That's a whole nother story in itself. Come, I've got something under my bed that I want to show you. The asset. I don't have a display wall, I have a vault. But number 5, don't hog junk. Regular sets, booster boxes. Special sets, booster bundle cases. And for all sets, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. Regular ETBs like these, dead weight. If it takes up too much space and doesn't hold value per inch, get it out of your house. Keep it tight and keep it liquid. Now the question is, when do you buy? Back in 2024. 1 year ago, MSRP at the Pokemon Center. And in 2023, the prices, that was one of the worst years for Pokemon. People were panic selling. Prices was well below MSRP. I remember you could get like a 151 ETB for like $60 at that point. The thing is, when people are panic selling, you shouldn't deal with it with fear. That's opportunity. You never buy the hype, you buy the floor. In 5 years, I sell 1 box. That's going to fund the hobby for the next 5 years. And that's how the hobby feeds itself. And this is the part no graph can explain. Collecting in 2026 is all about personal value. Before you buy a hype card, ask yourself this very important question. Will I still love it in 3 months? If the answer is maybe, then the answer is no. And most importantly, no FOMO. Once the ship has sailed, it has sailed. But another one will come soon. You don't have to go chasing for every single card. Ultimately, if you ask me, am I ever going to sell these cards? Never. than my childhood. So stick to those 7 points. The budget, the math, the blue chip, the tax, the asset, the fear, and the 3-month rule. Do that and you won't just survive the hobby, you'll own it. And besides those 7 points, I talk about one last one. Permanence. I talk about that in this video. A 70-card submission deck came back from Japan PSA. Next week, I'm introducing a whole new region in Pokemon. So subscribe and stay shiny.